Prepare to journey back in time, to a world of ancient magic and forgotten lore, to a land where the wind whispers secrets and the rocks hold silent witness to the epic saga of the Nomaq family. Their story is about to begin. The year is 400 of the Adanian calendar, a time shrouded in the mists of antiquity, equivalent to 900 years passed by the reckoning of the Elonians. The wind howled a mournful song across the desolate plains of Buriza, a harsh symphony that echoed the lives of its inhabitants. Far from the bustling city of Asparkan, the capital of Ulukita, nestled in a cluster of crumbling rock formations, lived the Nomaq family, a testament to strength, resilience, and an unwavering bond of love forged in the crucible of a harsh and unforgiving world. Mark Nomaq, a werewolf, his very name a whisper of fear and respect among the local tribes, was a master shapeshifter, his form changing as easily as the wind shifted direction. His fighting style was as brutal and untamed as the wild lands he called home, a terrifying blend of raw power and instinct. His wife, Kajiura Nomaq, was no less formidable. A warrior renowned throughout the region, her name was synonymous with barbaric ferocity and unmatched skill. Her battles were legends whispered around crackling fires, tales of unmatched strength and unwavering determination. But amidst the shadows and the savagery, a bright light shone. Their daughter, Nomaq, was a beacon of intelligence and cheerfulness, a stark contrast to the harsh realities of her upbringing. Her mind was as sharp as her parents' claws, her spirit as bright as the rare sun that broke through the perpetually overcast sky. She was the heart of their family, a source of strength and hope in a world that offered little of either. The Nomaq family, bound by blood and an unbreakable bond, would soon find themselves at the heart of a conflict that would test their strength, their resilience, and the very essence of their family. The Dark Seeker Legion is a nightmare made flesh, an unstoppable force of pure, consuming darkness that stalks the Ulukita Continent. These are not merely soldiers. They are mindless entities, ravenous horrors that devour everything in their path, leaving behind only emptiness and the chilling silence of annihilation. Their very existence defies understanding. Immune to both magic and physical attacks, they are virtually invincible, rendering conventional warfare useless. Their presence itself is a blight, sapping the light, hope, and very life force from their surroundings, leaving behind a desolate wasteland where even the wind seems to fear to tread. Driven by an insatiable hunger for destruction, they kill indiscriminately, their advance marked by a chilling wave of fear that precedes their arrival. Villages are razed, armies are annihilated, and hope itself seems to wither and die in their presence. Legends whisper of an ancient curse, a prophecy of doom fulfilled, but the truth remains elusive, lost in the swirling darkness that surrounds them. The sky, once a canvas of twinkling stars, was now a canvas of inky black, punctuated only by the jagged, flickering silhouettes of the mountains that ring the valley. It was a night that screamed of impending doom, a night that whispered of nightmares given flesh. The Dark Seekers came without warning, a tide of shadow that surged across the plains, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. The Cursed Plague, a virulent disease that festered in the wake of the Dark Seekers, lay heavy upon the ground, a testament to their unholy power. Ronnies and Mark, seasoned warriors who had faced countless perils, stood their ground against the encroaching darkness. Their fighting styles were a symphony of brutality, a whirlwind of steel and fury that carved a bloody path through the ranks of the Dark Seekers. But even their combined might proved insufficient against the relentless tide. The Dark Seekers were not bound by the rules of mortal combat. They were immune to the sting of steel, the searing heat of fire, and the raw power of magic. Their forms seemed to shift and contort, evading every blow, every spell, their movements fluid and unpredictable. They were a nightmare-given form, a testament to the raw, untamed power of the void. In the chaos of the battle, Nara, their young daughter, was separated from her parents. She fled into the darkness, her heart pounding in her chest, her breath coming in ragged gasps. The darkness was suffocating, a palpable entity that seemed to press down on her, suffocating her with its cold, oppressive weight. Nara stumbled through the night, the cries of the dying echoing around her, the stench of death heavy in the air. She tried to find her parents, but the darkness swallowed her, twisting her sense of direction, making her feel lost and alone. Then she saw it. A towering figure, a dark seeker unlike any she had seen before, its form a swirling vortex of shadow. Nara screamed, but her voice was swallowed by the darkness. The giant dark seeker lunged, its massive hands striking her with a force that shattered bone and tore flesh. She was flung through the air, her body a ragdoll in the hands of the darkness. She landed with a sickening thud, her life extinguished in an instant. Her scream, cut short, was swallowed by the night, a testament to the brutal, unforgiving nature of the Dark Seekers. Mark and Ronnie's, their bodies battered and bruised, their spirits broken, found themselves surrounded by the Dark Seekers. They fought with a desperate ferocity, but their strength was waning, their hope fading with each passing moment. They knew deep in their hearts that they were no match for the darkness that had descended upon them. As the Dark Seekers closed in, Ronnie's and Mark knew that their fight was over. They were captured, their fate sealed, their lives destined to be consumed by the darkness. The first light of morning struggled to pierce the heavy shroud of despair that had settled over the land. Mark and Ronnie stirred from the darkness of unconsciousness, their bodies aching and their minds clouded with the remnants of a nightmare. They blinked against the harsh light, and as their senses returned, they realized the grim reality of their situation. They found themselves imprisoned within the cold, iron bars of a cage, surrounded by the crumbling remnants of a building that had once stood proudly against the elements. Panic surged through them, igniting a fire of determination in their hearts. There was no time to waste. They had to escape and find Nara. Without a moment's hesitation, Mark and Ronnie surged to their feet. They grasped the bars with their bare hands. They pulled and twisted, the metal screaming in protest as they bent the bars with sheer force of will. In an explosive moment of triumph, the cage shattered, and they stumbled free, driven by the desperate hope that Nara was waiting for them. They dashed from the ruins, their hearts pounding with urgency and fear, their minds focused solely on one thought: finding Nara, their beloved daughter. As they approached their home, an overwhelming dread gripped them. The sight that met their eyes was a brutal reminder of the darkness that had descended upon their lives. And then they saw her. Nara's lifeless body lay still on the ground, a small figure amidst the devastation. They rushed to her side, falling to their knees in the dirt, their breaths coming in ragged gasps, as the reality of their loss crashed over them like a tidal wave. With trembling hands, they cradled Nara's small body, their fingers brushing against her cold skin, their hearts shattering. The pain of their loss was a physical wound, deeper and more agonizing than anything they had endured in battle. In that moment, the world around them faded away. The morning sun, which had risen with the promise of a new day, now felt like a cruel reminder of the joy that had been ripped from their lives. Ronnie's and Mark lovingly prepared a proper grave for their beloved daughter, digging deep into the earth beneath the jagged rocks that had once surrounded their home. Ronnie's and Mark stood side by side, their faces etched with sorrow, as they whispered their final goodbyes. Days bled into weeks following the burial, and each sunrise was a painful reminder of their failure to protect her. The blame, a heavy cloak of guilt, settled upon their shoulders. They had failed their daughter, their warrior skills proving insufficient against the relentless tide of darkness. Their strength, once a source of pride, now felt like a hollow mockery of their inadequacy. With hearts torn asunder, they made a difficult decision. They would leave Burizza, leaving behind the ghosts of their memories and the ashes of their hopes. They would seek out Asparkan, the bustling capital of Ulukita, driven by a desperate, almost reckless hope. Rumors whispered of a legendary artifact, Alien's Tear, said to possess the power to resurrect the dead. It was a long shot, a desperate gamble, but it was all they had left. In Asparkan, amidst the bustling crowds and the cacophony of city life, they heard the whispers of Alien's Tear, a legend woven into the fabric of the land. The artifact, said to hold the power to bridge the gap between life and death, was their only hope of bringing Nara back. But the path to obtaining it was shrouded in mystery, a perilous journey that demanded sacrifice and unwavering determination. Realizing that their chances of finding the tear would be significantly increased if they split up, they made the agonizing decision to part ways. Ronnie's, her heart heavy with grief, set her sights on the far west, the untamed lands of the Ulukita Continent. She joined the ranks of the Kamasilvian army, her fierce warrior spirit and unmatched skill quickly earning her recognition. Within 3 short months, she rose through the ranks, her name echoing through the halls of power, until she was bestowed the esteemed title of Rensa Sister to Queen Reset, a position of immense influence and authority. Mark, his grief fueling his determination, sailed far north, his journey leading him to the infamous Crow's Island, a place of dark legends and deadly trials. He entered a tournament, a brutal spectacle where only the strongest survived. His skill was unmatched, his ferocity legendary. In just one day, he emerged victorious, the undisputed champion. But the title held no interest for him. He refused the accolades, donating the prize money to the poor, his only concern the pursuit of information about Alien's Tear. He sought not glory, but the knowledge that could bring his daughter back from the clutches of death. Their journey, a testament to the unwavering love of parents, was far from over. The quest for Alien's Tear, a desperate gamble against the odds, had just begun. Years turned into decades, but for Ronnie's and Mark, the passage of time was marked not by the changing seasons, but by the unwavering quest to find Alien's tear and bring their beloved daughter, Nara, back to life. 25 long years had passed since that fateful day when darkness had claimed their family, and the pain of loss had become a constant companion, a shadow that followed them through every triumph and setback. As the years unfolded, the world around them shifted dramatically. The once peaceful lands of Komisylvia found themselves engulfed in conflict. The War of Lava Dome erupted violently between the Komisylvia Kingdom and the Urzeka Kingdom. Blood spilled across the fields, and the cries of the wounded echoed through the halls of power. Ronnie's, now a revered guardian and a symbol of hope for her people, fought valiantly to defend her kingdom, her heart still burning with the memory of her lost daughter. After 10 grueling years of relentless warfare, the Urzeka Kingdom extended an olive branch, inviting Queen Reset of Komisylvia to peace negotiations. But the invitation was a treacherous trap, a ruse intended to assassinate the Queen and plunge Komisylvia into chaos. When Ronnie's learned of the deception, she sprang into action, determined to protect her queen at all costs. Deep within the Thornwood Forest, the shadows loomed heavy as Ronnie's faced the ferocious Ahidnites of the Urzekan army. They were a fearsome sight, their armor glinting in the dim light, eyes burning with a malevolent hunger for blood. With her heart pounding and her senses sharpened, Ronnie's engaged them in battle, her warrior spirit igniting with every clash of steel. She fought with an unmatched ferocity, holding dozens of pursuing Ahidnites at bay, allowing Queen Reset a chance to escape the cave. Though she battled valiantly, the odds were insurmountable. One by one, the Ahidnites fell upon her, their relentless assault overwhelming her defenses. In her final moments, as her strength waned, a fierce sense of pride surged within her. She had fought bravely, defending the queen and honoring the memory of her daughter. But as the shadows closed in, she felt a deep sense of loss, the ache of a mother's heart longing for the child she could never bring back. As Ronnie's fell, her body was swiftly evacuated by King Aron Salvaner, who had arrived in the nick of time. With a flick of his wrist, he teleported her to a secret burial site in the Ulukita Continent, a hidden resting place where her bravery would forever be honored away from the eyes of those who sought to exploit her legacy. Simultaneously, Mark was on his own path, his relentless investigation into Alien's tear leading him on a treacherous expedition to the Kratuga ruins. The ancient site, shrouded in mystery and danger, was rumored to hold the key to resurrection. However, the ruins were guarded by fierce monsters, ancient sentinels that had been tasked with protecting the secrets within. As he delved deeper into the ruins, Mark found himself ambushed by the Guardians, their grotesque forms rising from the shadows with a hunger for destruction. In that fateful encounter, Mark fought valiantly, his heart filled with the memories of Nara and the love he had for his family. He dispatched dozens of the ruins' guardians, his warrior spirit igniting in a final blaze of glory. But the onslaught was relentless, and the numbers overwhelming. In his final moments, as the darkness closed in around him, Mark felt a profound sense of peace wash over him. He had fought bravely, and as he drew his last breath, he had no regrets. In his mind, he envisioned Nara, her laughter echoing in his heart, welcoming him with open arms. In that fleeting moment, he surrendered to the darkness, knowing that he would finally be reunited with his beloved daughter, free from the pain that had haunted him for so long. With both parents gone, the world had lost two of its fiercest warriors, but their legacy would endure. The quest for Alien's tear may have ended in tragedy, but the love they had for Nara would forever echo through the annals of time, a testament to the lengths a parent would go to for their child. In the year 794 of the Adanian calendar, 359 years after the tragic fall of two legendary warriors, The world had changed dramatically. Scherezade and Sylvana, driven by a fierce determination to protect their realm, founded the Scherezade clan. Their mission was clear: to combat the Dark Rift monsters that threatened their lands and to close the portals from which these horrors emerged. Yet, as the clan faced increasing threats and their numbers dwindled, a glimmer of hope arose from the depths of memory. Sylvana recalled the tales of Ronnie's, the legendary guardian who had once protected her mother, Queen Rosette. The stories of her bravery and sacrifice had been woven into the very fabric of their heritage, and in a moment of inspiration, Sylvana proposed a daring plan to resurrect Ronnie's as a Lucentor, a powerful being bound to their cause. The idea ignited a flame of hope within the clan, but the path to resurrection would not be straightforward. The tomb of Ronnie's lay hidden, accessible only to the king of Kamasilvia. Determined, Sylvana and Scherezade sought an audience with King Salvanur, Sylvana's father. They journeyed to Brandeha, the heart of Kamasilvia, where the king ruled with wisdom and strength. Upon their arrival, King Salvanur noticed an undeniable change in his daughter. The Kamasil blessing that once radiated from her seemed dimmed. Concerned yet curious, he listened as Scherezade explained their intention to visit Ranis's tomb. King Salvanur, fully aware of Shehrazade's power and the potential consequences of such an endeavor, regarded him with a mix of respect and caution. "What are you going to do with such power?" he asked, his voice steady yet laced with concern. "For the living peace," Scherezade replied, his eyes gleaming with determination. Relief washed over the king at his words, and he felt a renewed sense of hope. But their visit was not solely about Ronnie's. It also bore another significant purpose. Sylvana revealed that she had given Scherezade her pendant, a profound gesture in Elven culture. In their traditions, when a female Elven Ganel bestowed her pendant upon another, it symbolized her desire to marry that person, pledging her devotion for a lifetime until death claimed her. King Salvanur's expression shifted as the weight of this revelation settled upon him. "So be it," he said, a hint of pride swelling within him. "I will give my blessing and the Ring of Arto, which can unlock the secret teleportation to Ranis's tomb." With the king's blessing, the two young warriors set forth on their journey to Odilita, where Ranis's tomb lay hidden beneath the ancient roots of the land. Guided by the ring and their unwavering resolve, they successfully brought the legendary guardian back to life. Upon her resurrection, Ronnie's was renamed Shiranza, a name that resonated with strength and purpose. She pledged her loyalty to Scherezade and Sylvana, her memories of the past intact, a flicker of her former self shining through the new light. As Scherezade delved into the history of her past during the resurrection process, he uncovered the profound bond that had once existed between Ronnie's and her beloved Mark. 2 years passed in the blink of an eye, and amidst their duties to the clan, Scherezade conducted extensive investigations into the whereabouts of Mark. His search led him to the Krotuga ruins, a place steeped in legend and sorrow. There, he discovered Mark's remains, alongside his battle-worn axe, a relic of the fierce warrior he had once been. With a heavy heart, Scherezade performed the resurrection ritual, transforming Mark into a Lucentor as well. Upon his resurrection, however, Scherezade bestowed upon him a new name, one that reflected his rebirth and his new purpose, Skalakmar. This name, a blend of his former identity and his new destiny, marked his transition into a being of immense power and unwavering loyalty to the Scherezade clan. However, as Scherezade witnessed the memories of Mark's past unfold before him, his heart shattered. He felt the weight of their tragedy, the pain of their losses, as if he had lived it himself. Together, they would honor the legacy of their past while forging a new path forward. After centuries apart, Mark and Ronnie's were finally reunited, their love a beacon that had withstood unimaginable grief and hardship. In their new forms as Lusenters, they found solace and purpose, fighting alongside the Scherezade clan to protect the world from the encroaching darkness. Skalakmar and Shiranza undertook numerous perilous missions, including the suppression of dark energy in the Hatem realm, a realm known for its extreme magical challenges. For them, however, it was as if they were merely taking a stroll through a park, their unique powers allowing them to navigate the treacherous terrain with ease. In the year 151 of the Elonian calendar, the Scherezade clan achieved a significant milestone by successfully closing dark portals on both the Calphian and Legendia continents. This secret operation was conducted to maintain their neutrality amidst the political turmoil surrounding them. As the clan rejoiced at their accomplishments, Skalakmar and Shiranza felt a profound sadness lingering in their hearts. They still longed for Nara, the daughter they had lost so many years ago. During a quiet moment, Shiranza softly said, "I am sure you are watching us from above, my little light." To which Skalakmar replied, "I wonder if we could fight that monster once again, but I would not dare to ask this permission from Scherezade. We already owe him too much." Unbeknownst to them, Scherezade overheard their conversation, and a wave of realization washed over him. He had been so focused on closing portals that he had neglected the presence of the cursed Dark Seeker Legion, the very force that had devastated their lives. Haunted by memories from the resurrection of Skalakmar and Shiranza, during which he sensed Nara's presence but could not see her, Scherezade felt a surge of guilt and regret. Determined to rectify his oversight, he entrusted the command of the clan to Shilvana and hurried towards the Ulukita Continent, far to the east. Upon reaching the bridge connecting the Motoi continent to Ulukita, Scherezade gazed upon the remnants of the abandoned city of Asparkan. The sight fueled his rage toward the Dark Seeker Legion, who had wrought destruction without remorse or consequence. He vowed to unleash his full power, a power he had held back for too long. As night fell, he ventured to Buriza, the former home of Ronnie's and Mark. He felt the weight of their past, the pain of their loss, fueling his resolve. Scherezade stood before the ruins of Buriza, where he found dark seekers wandering aimlessly. With a guttural roar, he declared, "No mercy." His body began to shift, his skin darkening, his form fused with the dark spirit Rakshasha, his power amplified, his very essence becoming one with the ancient darkness. His appearance was transformed, his body now a terrifying manifestation of raw power, a testament to the darkness he now commanded. Without hesitation, he unleashed his enhanced power, striking with devastating force. The Dark Seekers, typically immune to attacks, found themselves utterly vulnerable to Shehrazade's dark spirit, Rakshasha. This original darkness, born from ancient times, proved superior to all other dark forces. With every Dark Seeker vanquished, Rakshasha absorbed their essence, growing stronger with each kill. The battle raged on, and as the remaining Dark Seekers attempted to flee, Scherezade captured one for interrogation and experimentation. As dawn broke, the captured Dark Seeker succumbed to the sunlight, unable to withstand its purifying rays. Scherezade tracked the fleeing Dark Seekers until he pinpointed their location beneath the soil, where they sought refuge from the sun. Not allowing them to escape, he released a dark aura that lured the remaining Dark Seekers back to the surface. With some still hidden underground, he formed an unbreakable boundary of darkness, creating a large, crimson magical circle above them, the Dark Seal. This seal, visible even from afar, marked their prison, ensuring they could not wander far beyond its confines. With this establishment, the Ulukita Continent was liberated from the Dark Seeker Legion's grasp. Afterward, Scherezade returned to the abandoned home of Ronnie's and Mark in Buriza. There, he found an old hairpin lying in a corner. When he picked it up, memories flooded his mind, revealing the true figure of Nara, beautiful, kind, intelligent, and cheerful. Realizing that this was the daughter of Skelekmar, this child does not deserve to die like this, he murmured. Determined to resurrect her, he followed the mana energy from the hairpin to Nara's tomb. However, his attempts to bring her back failed. The dark spirit Rakshasa appeared, explaining that Nara's soul was too pure for a straightforward resurrection. This setback led Scherezade to a new idea, to create a vessel for Nara and transfer her memories into it. With that decision made, Scherezade set out to create a homunculus for Nara, one that would not be ordinary but a perfect homunculus. 2 weeks passed after the liberation of Ulukita. Using his vast knowledge of magic, Scherezade crafted a body identical to Nara's when she was alive. The process was intricate and delicate, requiring immense concentration and power. Finally, he transformed this homunculus into a Lucentor and transferred her memories from the hairpin's mana. Nara, now named Scherezade, was brought back to life. Scherezade led Scherezade to Skelekmar and Shiranza. The moment they saw their daughter, centuries of sorrow and emptiness melted away. Tears of joy flowed as they embraced Scherezade, their family finally whole again. The reunion was a moment of profound healing and happiness, a reunion that transcended time and death, bringing hope back into their lives as they prepared to face the darkness together once more.